Hey everyone, my name is Mpumelelo, and thanks so much for joining me. I am what I would like to describe myself as a purpose girl. I'm all about purpose. I'm sure you've heard enough about purpose by now, haven't you? Everyone's talking about it. And I guess that's what makes it so important, right? Because do you really want to get to the end of your life and go like, Esan, I should have done this, I could have tried that, could have, should have, would have. But purpose just doesn't happen to us, right? It takes knowing what your purpose is, and it takes maximizing. People talk about maximizing on opportunities, and I just want to share something about opportunities that sort of like my eyes got opened to it. A few days ago, I got an opportunity to partner with a company on an initiative that I am busy pursuing. Now, before the meeting, I thought, okay, so we have this meeting, right? Okay, so now let's say they give me their business, okay, and then what? Like, I was getting ahead of myself because I was thinking, and I was making assumptions, about what the opportunity would present. And to be honest with you, I came up with finite possibilities, right? Because I was like, okay, so they give me the business, and then we're in this for a couple of months, and then what? Then it'll be done. I wasn't despising the opportunity, but I kind of was getting ahead of myself, and it kind of dawned on me that we do that so often. Well, I do that so often, and there might be others out there like me, and that's why I'm doing this video. Many a time we get stuck at the entry point and turn around when the door of opportunity has been opened. What do I mean by that? A door is an entryway. It's an indication that there's something inside, right? It's like a gate. There's an indication. A gate is an indication that there's a way in. But most of the time when we want to stop at the gate and figure out what's going on the other side, we want to stop at the door and try and figure out what's on the other side of the door. How are things stationed? How are things working on the other side? But we're still on this, but we want to figure everything out. And one of the things that I realized as well is that a door or a gate is only a fraction of what's inside. Right? I've never seen a door that's bigger than the building. I've never seen a gate that is bigger than the property. Maybe they're there, but I haven't seen one. And so the thing that is blocking you is only a fraction of what you could discover on the other side. And no matter how big a gate or a door is, it's not the entirety of what's on the other side. And why would you use a door or a gate as an indication of whether to proceed or not when it is the very thing that you actually wanted? Some gates and some doors or some opportunities are not worth pursuing, fair enough. But let's say it's an opportunity that you have been pursuing, you've been praying for this, working for this, preparing for this, and now you get to the door and now you're like, should I, shouldn't I? And then you convince yourself, or you decide, yes, I'm gonna go for this. Then when you're there, you're thinking, oh, but what's on the other side? And I just want to tell you today, we want to know what's on the other side before we walk in. Just walk in. Try that opportunity. Have that meeting, send that email, pick up the phone and call that person, send a text, invite that person on LinkedIn. And I was thinking about it, and I thought, well, it's just like obedience to God, right? We want to know if it'll work or not before we obey. Well, just obey and see, because either way, and we've got this thing about wanting confirmations. Now, I am not against confirmations at all, and this is not what I'm here to do today. But I was thinking the other day that a confirmation shouldn't be a prerequisite for obedience, right? There are times where we're not sure if it's God. That's okay. But we've got to be careful that when it comes to obedience and obeying God, that we're not inadvertently trying to get God to confirm if it's going to work or not. Because then it's not faith, right? If you know it's going to work, then it's not faith. It's not about that. It's about obeying. It's about saying, okay, God, please confirm if it's you. And then he does, and you go like, okay, now that I know that it's you, I'll step out in faith. And I suppose doors and gates and opportunities have got that in common with obedience to God. It's about stepping out in faith. It's saying, okay, this is what I've been hoping for, this is what I've been waiting for, let me step onto the other side. It's the same with doors and gates of opportunity. We can't presuppose what's on the other side from this end. So today I just want to say, suspend all judgments, suspend all assumptions, and just walk through. I'm reminded of something that happened to me. So after 2 years of job hunting, I jokingly sent a friend an email about an old system we used to use, a system we both worked on, and we were glad it was behind us. She responded just as any friend would, she laughed at my joke. But then she took it one step further and referred me for a job. And this month, July, actually marks 3 years since I started there. Now, what's the point? Point is, you don't know which opportunity God will use to propel you forward. And the worst thing that we could do to ourselves, the worst thing that we could do to our purpose, the worst thing that we could do to our dreams, is to stop at the door of opportunity. So don't despise a door. It's not just a door. It holds something on the other side. Not only the opportunity on the other side, right? I'm just thinking about this now, but it also holds an opportunity for you to see how courageous you are, right? Imagine that. Imagine being able to look back and say, that email, I was having palpitations before I sent it. And there was no earthquake, there was no lightning, nothing happened. Like, I survived sending the email, or that job interview, or that conversation. And you look back, you're like, wow, I was courageous. Even if your heart was beating and your palms were sweating, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to walk in and think, this is not really what I want. It's an opportunity for you to walk in and say, this is what I've been praying for. This is what I've been hoping for. Don't despise a gate. It's an indication that there's something on the other side. It's an indication that there's a way in. Don't despise a door. Doors and gates are meant to protect properties and homes, right? What's on the other side. But they also hold something. They hold opportunities. They hold ideas. They hold destinies. They hold discovery. You get to discover. You get onto the other side. And you get to discover the client that I was so concerned about. It was so funny because I got into the meeting, and right off the bat, I've never been in that situation. Right off the bat, they were so open about the fact that they had already decided they were going to sign up with me. And not only that, the opportunity was way more than I could have ever thought up, that I could have ever imagined. So next time you get to a door of opportunity, next time a door of opportunity opens in front of you, don't despise. Give it your best shot. Walk in. Who knows? It might lead to exactly where you've always wanted to go. God bless.